Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू।
How are you, Jaz bhai?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, आप सुनाए आबिद भाई खैरियत से हैं?
Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
रात को बखैर आफियत पहुंच गए थे?
जी जी, alhamdulillah.
वेरी गुड।
Okay, so let me just quickly see where we are.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू।
We have to turn down the volume. I'm offline here.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Brother, I will be going on mute.
Okay.
Okay. I do not want to have things coming back into the class, so but I'll be just listening.
Okay, inshallah. All right. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother Khurram, how are you? Brother Murad.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alhamdulillah.
Assalamu warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Brother Ijaz, is Brother Khalid coming? Do you want to call him?
I will send him a message.
Okay, Brother Nasib is here. Okay, Sister Lubna is here. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. So if we are ready, inshallah, we can start. Are we ready? Everybody's mute. Okay.
Yes, inshallah.
All right. So nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulil kareem. Amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qala Allahu ta'ala innallahi huwal huda. Wa qala Rasulullahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam khayrukum man ta'allama al-Qur'ana wa 'allama. Sadaqallahu al-azim wa sadaqa rasuluhul kareem. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma arhamni bil Qur'anil azim waj'alhu li imaman wa nuran wa hudan wa rahma waj'alhu li hujjatan ya rabbil alamin. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू।
So alhamdulillah, once again, with the extreme mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are starting the class again, and Jazakallah khair for coming. Today the attendance seems a little low, but hopefully people will. Okay, so before we start, can somebody help me understand that where are we and what are we doing? Somebody give me some introduction so that I understand that we are on the same page. Who can volunteer for that? So let me ask Brother Khurram. Brother Khurram, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. So I missed the last class. I'm not the best person to give you a summary this time.
So
Sorry.
that's okay. But in general, what are we trying to do here?
We are trying to see how the different forms. We know that there is a template and a container, and then we try to fit different words which can take different meanings. But the template and the container is the same. It's just that the words keep changing, the combination of words, and the meanings keep changing for those combination of words. But the format and the pattern, or like you call the containers, right? That is the same. So we reuse that for different types of words.
Okay, that's good. But do you know the difference between Salasi Mujarrad and Salasi Mazid Fi?
Yeah, Salasi Mazid Fi is sorry, there is some Salasi
No,
Mazid Fi is there are more than three root letters. It could be four words in the verb.
all right. Okay, that's good. Thank you, brother Khuramsi. You know it, and I knew that you know it. I just wanted to check it out. And brother Murad, would you like to add something to that?
No, I think it's fine. I mean, nothing more comes to my mind right now.
Okay, can you please tell me the name of some of the families we have learned so far?
So here, sorry, just got blank.
No worries. So Salasi, that's form 1, right?
Yeah,
So when you think about form 1, how many families come to your mind?
6.
Okay, good. So what are those families? Can you know them?
So the conventional ones that we talked about earlier, right? The Nasara, Hasiba, Samia.
That's good. So
Yeah.
Fataha,
Fataha, Daraba,
Nasara,
Sara,
Hasiba,
Hasiba, Samia,
Karuma.
and one more, I guess.
Karuma.
Daruba. Yes.
Okay, so these are the 6 which we know. These are Salasi Mujarrad.
Yes.
Can you name a few from the Mazid Fi families? 2 sessions back, we did one.
Yes, exactly. Sorry, it's not coming to my mind. Sorry.
Okay, if alun. Okay, before I give it away, let me ask some sisters. Sister Homa, would you like to help out?
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, salam.
Yes, so we are doing Abwab Salasi Mazid this semester, and we learned the Baab 1 is the regular triliteral that brother mentioned already.
Yeah.
Then we did Fa'ala, which was Baab 2, and last session we did Mufa'ala.
Mufa'ala, yes.
Fa'ala, and today we are doing the form 4, which is Tafa'ala.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. All right. Brother Ijaz, would you like to add some? Brother Ijaz? Brother Ijaz, you there? Looks like he's mute. Okay, no worries. Now, let's see. All right. Now, who remember this chart from last time?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So if you want to answer this question next time, you can use this chart. And have you looked at the WhatsApp messages over here from the previous class? So I had shared all of this with you guys, remember? Yeah, you see all of these?
Yeah.
A bunch of stuff. Did anybody downloaded these?
Yes.
Okay, only one person saying yes. Anybody else wants to say yes? Or this is only one person did it?
Yes, brother.
You did it, mashallah. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes, I also did.
Okay, good. So, and hopefully you reviewed it, right? Okay. So that's another important thing, that if we download it, we also need to review. Now, you guys check out any of the exercise files. Did you look at this exercise files? Okay, so the exercise file looks like this. Where is it? Form practice. Let me open this one. Okay. So this is how it looks like, right? This is for today. I have shared this with you for all the other forms. So if you haven't looked at it yet, please take a look. And basically we agreed upon that you are going to fill it in, and at some point you will show it to me. Are we on the same agreement?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So inshallah, I need to see those because that will help us move forward, inshallah. Okay, so if next time if I ask you or you ask yourself, what are we doing? We are trying to learn these 10 forms of the fi'l, the verbs, right? So the first one is the fa'ala yaf'alu, which is the salasi mujarrad, which is the regular rule. Then we did this one. So then the family name was taf'ilun. What was the name? Taf'ilun. And when you say taf'ilun, that's the name of the family. It's the masdar. And the madi pattern look like fa'ala yufa'ilu. Okay, imperative is fa'il, fa'il, right? And passive we didn't do. And what else we need to understand? We need to know what is the fa'il and the maf'ul. And we can also do a bunch of other things, but the minimum we need to know is the fa'il and the maf'ul. Okay, so we have done the family if'alun already. If'alun, yes.
Mhm.
Taf'ilun, yes. Mufa'ala, yes. Okay, so today the one we are going to do is number 5, tafa'ulun. I see brother Khalid, mashallah. Assalamu alaikum, brother Khalid.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, so mashallah,
Sorry
you
being
joined.
late.
No worries. So inshallah, you will be my interacting partner, right? Okay, so this chart should give you a good idea what we are doing, and these details over here, this should be a good information like what they're doing. Like it says reflexive of two. So two is Baab taf'il. Then this one is reflexive of two. What does that mean? What is the characteristic of if'alun? Do you know that? Do you remember the example? Aslama yuslimu islaman. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the characteristic?
Mutaddi, dar mutaddi,
Yes,
dar mutaddi.
right? What is fi'l mutaaddi means? Can somebody tell me?
It
Brother
has
Khalid? Sorry, brother Khalid, what is fi'l mutaaddi?
Sorry, I can't recollect.
Okay, Sister Lubna, what is fi'l mutaaddi?
mutaddi means that we need maf'ul to file.
We need the
Maf'ul.
file and the maf'ul.
Maf'ul.
Why? Because it will make our sentence or the meaning complete, right? So that is very important that we need to know the maf'ul. Now in the taf'il, do we also need to know the maf'ul?
Yeah, we need 2% between.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was the characteristics of mufa'ala? It
Musharaka?
involves two groups, right?
Two groups. Yeah.
And they are like competing with each other, one being the file and the second being the maf'ul. For example, muqabala, muqatala, munazara, muqalama, right? Those words, basically, they are giving you the meaning of that how two people are interacting with each other. So today, the one we are dealing, tafa'ulun, is reflexive of two. What does that mean? The meaning is, let's look at the containers one more time. Okay. So we have fa'ala, taf'ilun, mufa'ilun, and fa'ilun. Yes, these are some of the containers. And when we put for example, allama, what is the meaning of allama? He taught,
He taught.
right? And taf'ilun, ta'limun, right? That means education. So what is the one of the sense you get from ta'limun? That it is something continuous. It doesn't happen in one shot. It happens over a period of some time. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So then this is the ismul file. Muallimun, yes, teacher. And alimun. Now, alimun is in the pattern of salasi mujarrad.
Mujarrad.
Yeah, there is only 3 root letters. Agree? And alimun means scholar. We can also call him a teacher. Okay. Now look at the difference between allama and ta'allama. You see that? Allama, he taught. And look at the container below. Tafa'ala. Is tafa'ala seems like the one we're going to study today?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So based on that, allama will become ta'allama. Okay. Now look at the change in meaning. He learned. So fa'ala is from Baab Tafil. Remember, Baab Tafil is the name of the family, but fa'ala is the Madi pattern. Agree?
Yes.
Okay. So today our family is tafa'ulun, right? Right? Tafa'ulun. And tafa'ala is the Madi pattern of that family. Yes? So from when we say this pattern is reflexive of taf'il, meaning that in the taf'il, the action was done to somebody else. He taught to somebody else. But in this family, the action is happening on the person who's doing it himself. He is learning himself. Is that making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it's very important to know these because now your understanding of the Quran will improve, right? Because and where we have this information, I'll show you in a minute. So ilmun is the knowledge. Now ilmun has how many letters? 3?
3, yes.
Is it Salasi Mujarrad or Mazid Fi?
Mujarrad.
Mujarrad.
So these containers are mixed together just to give you an idea of how things are together. Ma'lumatun is fact. Is it Muzakkar or Muannas?
Muannas.
Af'alun is alamu. Alamu mean I know.
I know.
Yes?
Yeah. Brother, but you said al-Salaam is a 3 root letter, but it has extras.
This one?
Al-Salaam, scholar.
Oh, yes, you're right. You're right. Sorry, this is not Salasi Mujarrad. This is Salasi Mazid Fi, but this is from the pattern like Rahimun. Remember Rahimun? Where we say always more. What two sessions back we did a chart.
Yeah.
We had the small file.
It was merciful.
And there was one it will call Isme. I forgot what was said, but we'll inshallah come back to that.
No, Brother Abid, but I think Sister Huma was talking about ilmun, not alamun. Like the second one. She was talking about that, yes.
Okay, so this is the masdar, ilmun, yes? Or what did I say? Fa'ilun. So fa'il is it on the pattern of fail. So this is ilmun. What did I say about that? That this is
This is Salasi Mujarrad.
And what did I say? Did I say something else?
No, you said the same thing. She was asking, there was an extra that she's talking about, I think the jazam on the ilm. So there's an extra.
No, the letters are ayn, lam, and mim. We're not talking about the harakas.
Oh, okay.
The root letters are 3, right? Ayn, lam, and mim. Yes? Okay. So if we quickly go over the new pattern, so look at this. Tafa'ulu, right? So these are some of the words we know already. Tadabbur. Yes. Tazakkur. Takabbur. Tabassum. Tahaffuz. Ta'ajjub. Yes. Tahammul. Taraddud. And tanazzul. ta'lamu or ta'allamu. Ta'allamu.
تعلم.
Ta'allum.
Brother Abid,
Yes, sir.
at the end of these letters, like the last letter, right? The last alphabet, is there a sukun on that, or is what is the
No,
harakat?
it's
Yes.
tafa'ulun. Tafa'ulun. No, these are there should be mean
So it
tadabbarun.
should be tadabburun, isn't it?
Karun. Yes, tazakkurun. The guy, I told him to put the haraka. I think he forgot to put the haraka on the last letter. Tadabbarun, tazakkurun, takabbarun. Okay, tabassumun, because it's tafa'ulun. Yeah.
So that will be a
Okay.
tanween dhamma on all the letters. The
Yes,
last
that's the
letter.
name of the called tafa'ulun. Yeah. I'll
Okay.
show you
Thank
again in a second.
Thank you.
Kulun. You're welcome. Tashakkurun. Tajassusun. Okay. Tasaddukun. Tasarrufun. So this is the tafa'ala, that is the Madi pattern. Yatafa'allu. How do you say? Yatafa'ala.
Tafa'alu.
ألو.
Yatafa'alu.
Yes. Tafa'ulan. Tafa'ulan is the masdar. Yes.
تفاؤلا.
Masdar, because masdar is normally written in the status of nasab. So you see nasab is normally written with fatatan. Okay. So before I get into the examples, let me try to show you one more information which will help you understand this better. Okay. So it says tafa'ala. Did I make a mistake again? Let me see. Where is that? 10 measures. Okay. It was,
We said tafa'ulun.
yeah, so that was good. So they're using this Madi pattern as the example. Okay. So where do we go? We go back here and we look at this. This is the form number 5, and it is formed by adding a ta to form 2, which is fa'ala. Remember, if you add ta to it, it becomes tafa'ala. Yes. Okay. Now, what is tafa'ala is the reflexive forms of fa'ala. And here is the action relates back to the doer. What does that mean? If we say allama, that means to teach. Now, are you teaching to somebody else or yourself? Teaching
To somebody else.
But when you add the ta in the beginning, you say ta'allama, then you say to learn.
Mhm.
You guys get that point?
Yeah.
Everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Then there is a word called farraka. Farraka means to separate, right? But if you say tafarraka means to be separated. Yes. Then there is a word called fassaha, to make spacious.
Suspicious.
Say tafassaha, that means to become spacious, right? So that is the essence of this family, that the doer is the one who is getting affected by this verb. Okay. Some examples from the Quran. Iza qila lahum, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Iza qila lakum tafassahu fil majalisi. We just looked at tafassaha, right? To make room, to make it bigger. Yes. So यहाँ पे क्या कह रहे हैं? Tafassahu, when it is said to you, make room in assemblies, meaning when you are sitting in a group and somebody walks in, you make room for that person and you let them sit in the group. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
So tafassahu is meaning to make room, make it spacious. Okay. Waskur isma rabbika wa tabattal ilayhi tabtila. So the underlined word is tabattal. Is it also, like this one? Is the pattern of tafa'ala?
Tafa'ala or tafa'al?
It's tabattal. And because of some, tajweed rule, there is a jazm. It's actually not very clear, so I cannot comment on that. But tabattal is on the pattern of form number 5. That means devote. Devote. Okay. And remember the name of your Lord and devote yourself to him with exclusive devotion. Tabtilan is devotion. Okay. Okay. Now verbs made from nouns, like ismun is a noun, and you can make ta'assama, to shun away from sin. So the meaning of ism is sin, but when you say ta'assama, that means you are shunning away from sin. So it may not be the exact meaning, but these are some of the different situations when this family is used. This is the kind of messages it brings out. Okay, so if we have jaraha, that means to swallow, to sip. Jaraha, to swallow, to sip. For example, I'm going to show you, I'm going to jaraha my coffee, okay? Okay, now if you say tajarra'a, that means you drink sip by sip. Okay, the examples from the Quran is yatajarra'uhu wala yakadu yusighuhu. He will drink it little by little, but he will not be able to swallow it. What is we talking about here? The punishment?
Yes. Yeah.
So the liquid which will given in the hellfire or Jahannam to drink, it will be so bad that he will drink it little by little, but he will not be able to swallow it. So may Allah protect us from that. You get the idea why we are getting this yatajarra uhu from jaraha. And what is the key point here? That the ta, now this ta should not make you think that this is mudare. What is mudare here is the ya.
Yeah.
Agree? Is everybody okay on this one?
Yes.
What am I saying? The alamat mudare. You guys know what alamat mudare is?
Yeah. Is alamat mudare. Yeah.
Okay. So alamat mudare is ta and ya. But in this one, if you see tajarra'a, you're not going to say this is mudare, because this is not the alamat mudare. This is part of the root words or part of the family. Agree on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So verbs with complete new meaning. Okay. Kalima or kalima, to injure, or I don't know what it is, but takallama is to speak. Okay. If you say sadaka, that means he speak the truth. Usne sach bola. But the moment you change it to taddaka, that means to give charity. Yeah. And sadaka. To give sadaka. Wal mutasaddiqina wal mutasaddiqat. And the men who give charity and the women who give charity. Agree? Okay.
Yes.
Walladina yutawaffawna minkum wayazaruna azwaja. So here again, this ta is the one, and those die among you and leave behind wives. Okay. Wala tatamannaw. Wala tatamannaw. Wala tatamannaw.
ولا تتمنوا
Wala what?
ما فضل الله.
Say that again, Brother Jas. Am I saying it
ولا
right?
تتمنوا.
Yes. I said it right, I guess. Okay. And
Yes,
do
you
not
said right.
long, and do not long for those articles in which Allah has been more gracious to some gifts. Okay. لِيَغْفِرَ لَكَ مَا تَقَدَّمَ. Is taqaddama also on the pattern of fa'ala?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that Allah may protect you from every sin of yours, which you could send in advance. Taqaddama mean aage bhejna. Yes. وَأَتَّصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Is tafarraku also on the pattern of
Yes.
tafa? And hold together and be united through the rope of Allah, and do not be divided. Tafarraku, divided or separated. Remember on the top we saw the word. Okay. Wa yawma taqumu sa'atu yawma idhi yatafarraqun. And on the day, the hour, on the day of the hour, the hour of doom will be established. On that day, be divided. Will there be groups on the day of Qiyamah?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? So yatafarraqun. Again, the ya alamat mudare and tatafarraqun is the law of tafarraq. Yes. Rabbana dua. Now, are we familiar with this? More frequent, maybe in every our vocabulary we say this. Rabbana wa taqabbal. So taqabbal dua, right? Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas samiul alim. Yeah. So this is also from the family of tafa'ala. Okay. Allazi yu'ti malahu yatazakka. Again, yatazakka on the pattern of the tafa'ala, right? Got it? Okay, so this one from this, I have already included this document on the WhatsApp. And now let's go back to our, this one. And let's look at some. So what happens once you know the Madi and Mudari? What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to make the 14 variations, correct? And how do they look like? This one. Can somebody read it for me? I'm having reading.
Person.
Brother Khalid.
Yeah. Tafa'ala. Mazi muzakkar tafa'ala. Muzakkar wahid and mazi muzakkar masna tafa'ala.
Yeah, Brother Khalid, don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay. Tafa'ala, tafa'ala, tafa'alu. Tafa'alat, tafa'alata, tafa'alna. Tafa'alta, tafa'altuma, tafa'altum. Tafa'alti, tafa'altuma, tafa'altunna. Tafa'altu, tafa'alna.
MashaAllah, Jazakallah khair. You see, the pattern we know for fa'ala, this is the same pattern, it's just we have to substitute the extra.
Yeah. And alif, la, n.
Sister Unaiza, I thought you wanted to do you want to do this one?
Sure. Yatafa'allu, yatafa'alna, alni, yatafa'aluna, tatafa'allu, tatafa'alna, afa'alni, yatafa'alna, tatafa'allu, tatafa'alani, tatafa'aluna, tatafa'alina, tatafa'alani, tatafa'alna, atafa'alu, tatafa'alu.
Because of the two tas, it's sort of hard on the tongue to say.
Yes.
But Alhamdulillah, you tried your best and Jazakallah khairan for that. Okay. So with that, I can give you some more details or more examples, and inshallah, this will help us. So from the Ain, Lam, Mim, the Madi will be ta'allama. Yes. And yata'allamu is the Mudare. And the masdar will be ta'alluman, right?
Ta'alluma.
Okay. So iska matlab hota hai to learn, right? So remember the hadith, we always read it in the beginning of the class. Khairukum
Mu'allam al-Quran, mu'allam.
Now pay attention. Ta'allama, family 5. Khairukum, best among you. Man, the one who learns al-Quran. Yes?
Yeah.
Then what he does after that? Allamahu, and
he teaches.
Or he taught, right? So allama is from Baab tafil and ta'allama from Baab tafa'ul. Yes?
Yes.
Why is it? That's what I was explaining, that it is the reflexive of Baab tafil. Baab tafil, the action you're doing on the second person or the other person, like a maf'ul. But in this family, the action is happening on yourself. You first learning and then you teaching. Is that this example helping you understand this a little bit?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Good. Okay. Zalafra. So that will make tazakkara, yatazakkaru, tazakkuran. Yes. Now, if we have to make this from Salasi Mujarrad, then it will become Zakara
Zakara yaskuru.
Yazkuru, right? But over here is Tazakkara Yatazakkaru Tazakkuran. And इसके माने होते हैं याद करना या जिक्र करना. Yes. Okay. So yawma izi yatazakkarul insanu wa anna lahu zikra. Okay. So this is from what I've done this morning. I already got those links. So let me see if I can show you where this from.
Surah Naziyat.
Okay, good. Let's see. From Surah Al-Fajr. Okay.
Yeah.
So here is the verse. Actually, they are given part of the verb, but if you look at the whole thing, then you would. So yawma izi, that means that day, yatazakkaru, will remember, al-insanu, man. Wa anna lahu, but how will be for him this remembrance? Zikra is remembrance. Okay. But where is the context? Waji'a yawma izi jahannam. Meaning on the day of Jahannam, if he is going to remember, then what that remembrance be good for him. Making sense? What is the word we are looking for? Yatazakkaru. Yes? So let's look at it again. Yawma yatazakkarul insanu wa anna lahu zikra. What is our focus here? Yatazakkaru. What is the meaning of yatazakkaru? Yaad karna. Now, is he doing it himself? Is he going to do it for himself, or is he going to do it for somebody else?
For himself.
For himself. That is the characteristic of this family, that it applies the action on the doer. Yeah. Okay, let's look at this. Fa, kaf, ra. Tafakkara, yatafakkaru, tafakkuran. Okay, क्या मतलब होता है इसका? To ponder.
गौर फिक्र करना.
गौर फिक्र करना. So, who can do this translation for me?
I can do that.
Okay, you want to go? Go ahead.
Yeah. यतफक्करून फी खल्क़िस समावाति वल अर्द. और तुम गौर यतफक्करून, ये तुम गौर करो.
Okay.
जमीन और आसमान की पैदा करने में. फी में खल्क़िस समावाति, आसमानों के पैदा करने में, वल अर्द और जमीन.
Okay. So you said tum gaur karo. Let's focus on the yatafakkarun.
Yes.
What person is that?
That's
third person.
Third person. So when you say third person, that means they.
Yes.
वो गौर और फिक्र करते हैं. वो.
Yes. वो for yes.
They ponder.
They ponder, right?
Yes.
And is फेले मुदारे और फेले मादी?
फेले मुदारे.
So वो करते हैं. वो गौर और फिक्र करते हैं. किसमें?
Yes.
जो खल्क है हेवंस की और जो अर्थ की, जमीन और आसमानों की पैदाइश में वो फिक्र करते हैं, गौर और फिक्र करते हैं. Is that clear?
Yes.
So yatafakkaruna. Now, I am pretty sure that none of these words are new to you. Are you finding any of these words new?
No.
We have learned it so many times. Yes.
Yes. But the only thing which might stand out today, that we know the meaning better.
So, Brother Robert, the original word is tafakkara, correct?
Yes, tafakkara, yes.
So te is not of tafa'ul?
It is. This is tafa'ulun, right? So if you take fa, kaf, ra, the madi will be tafakkara and the yatafakkaru. Why they say it should be tatafakkaru, isn't it? That is a good question. Let me see. Let's take a look.
Yatafakkaru.
Yeah, that will be. It is actually yatafakkaru. It is
yatafakkaru.
Yeah, why? Because it's the first siga, right? The first siga of mudari, which is correct. Yatafakkaru, which is correct, right?
Yeah.
And here the ya is the alamat mudari, because when we write the madi pattern, we take the siga number 1, and mudari we take the siga number 1. Are we clear on that now? Sister Homer, did I answer your question?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay, good. Okay, good. So the next one, tadabbara, yatadabbaru, tadabburan. इसका क्या मतलब होता है? Same. और फिक्र करना. Tazakkara, yatadabbara, these are pretty much similar meaning. Meaning you think or you ponder on the Quran or the other verses of the Quran. So afala yatadabbuna Qur'ana. Who can do the translation on this one?
I can do it.
Go ahead.
Afala yatadabbarun al-Qur'ana.
Yeah.
तो क्या वो गौर नहीं करते कुरान पर?
Very good. Yes. Who can do that in English now? Somebody give me the English translation.
Yeah, don't they
Do they not
ponder on
do
the
they not
Quran?
ponder on the Quran?
How?
Yes. So you're saying don't forget the fa in there. The fa will be so.
So yeah.
Do they not ponder on the Quran? Afala yatadabbaruna. So your translation is good, but don't forget about the fa. Fa meaning so.
Oh,
But that's there.
And this alif
Is a question mark.
Is a question mark.
सामने.
And la is no. So or do not. So do they not ponder on the Quran? Is that more better?
Yes.
Okay, good. So kaf lam mim takallama
lama yatakallamu.
takalluman, right? Karna. Okay.
Takalluma.
Okay. So this one la yatakallamuna illa man azina lahu ar-rahmanu wa qala sawaba, from Surah An-Naba. Okay. Before
As-salamu alaikum, brother.
Yes, brother.
Brother, that blue writing is hard to read. Is it possible to make all of them white?
It was white, but I put a link here to show you
Oh,
that,
okay.
because I wanted to refer to the Quran to help you with this. So
Okay.
now participating, can you do the translation of this, please? Brother
I
Abu?
can't read it.
Can I try?
Okay, go ahead, Sister Huma.
لا يتكلمون إلا من إذن له
Azim.
الرحمن وقال صوابا.
Yeah.
So I try. I don't know if it's correct.
No
or
worries,
not.
no worries.
So forgive me for that if I say something.
No worries, no worries.
They cannot لا يتكلمون إلا. They cannot speak without
Permission of
بإذن
Allah.
الله.
Permission of Allah.
From Rahman.
Without the إذن, what's the
Doesn't mean permission.
permission of Ar-Rahman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وقال صوابا. And
Now you
they,
said very good, mashallah, but let's focus on yatakallamuna. You said they cannot, right? But now focus. There is a ya there, so this is alamat mudari. Yeah.
they
So
couldn't.
alamat mudari is for present and future. So we say they do not or they will not.
Will not.
They will not.
So the correct translation will be they will not speak.
speak.
Illa hatta, until
Except.
man azina lahu, that somebody. Let's look at the proper translation so that don't make any mistake. Over here from Surah An-Naba, la yatakallamuna, not they will speak, except man, the one among these who azina, permits, lahu, for him, ar-Rahman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wa qala sawaba, and he will say what is right, what is correct. Is that making clear now what's going on?
Yes.
Okay. So they're saying that the group of people on the day of judgment, they will not be able to speak until or except when one of them is, or the one who is given permission from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will be able to speak. And when they will speak, they will say the right thing. Is that clear?
Sawab means
Sawaba
correct.
mean from the what is correct. So if you really want to look at that word, so we would have to go to our tool number 3, and we could find Surah An-Naba, which is right here, and then we'll go through this page, maybe the next page. Hopefully, if this word is available, then I can share with you. لا يتكلمون إلا
Yes, Sawaba.
Right? So this is from
So,
Sad
Saab.
Ba Tawaban, from Baab Nasara. Saba Yasubu Sub Saibun Masubun. But meaning Thik Baat mean, if I go to the English translation, that will be what is correct. Is that clear?
Yes.
It is also from Bab Aslama Yuslimu. Asaba Yusibu Asib Musibun Musam Isabatun. So it's from Musiba. Urdu में हम कहते हैं ना मुसीबत पड़ गई, right? So it is the musiba, and who, when a misfortune falls them. What is this meaning over here in this sentence? Allazina iza asabathum musiba, when they are dying, when death comes to them. Here the word musiba refers to death. Then what do we say? What do they say? Qalu inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. When somebody dies, what do we say? Or any musiba comes to them, anything in misfortune befalls them, then what we say? We belong to, indeed we belong to Allah, and to Him we return. Yeah. So this is how you can get different meaning out of this. Okay, so back to our this one. Okay, now sa, sad, dal, qaf. Tasaddaka, yatasaddaku, tasaddukan. हमने क्या पढ़ा था? Tasaddaka mean to tasaddaqa, to charity.
To give charity.
sorry, Mutasaddiq Father, yeah.
So wa rajulun tasaddaqa bi sadaqatin fa akhafaha. Now I try to look for this. Yes. Fa akhfaha. So I try to look up this word in the Quran. This is not from the Quran, this is from the Hadith. Okay. And you must remember, you must recall this Hadith that Rasulullah said that 7 type of people will be under the shade of Allah's throne on the day of judgment. Yeah. And one of them will be the man or a person who would do charity in such a way that his right hand would not know what his left hand has given. So this verse or this little sentence is taken out of that hadith. وَرَجُلٌ تَصَدَّقَ بِصَدَقَةٍ فَأَخْفَاهَا. And if you want to know the complete verse, I put it here. Right here somewhere. This morning, I put it in the link here. Where is it? Right here. It's pretty small, but you can look at it. وَرَجُلٌ تَصَدَّقَ بِصَدَقَةٍ فَأَخْفَاهَا حَتَّى لَا تَعْلَمَ شَمَالَهُ مَا تَنْفَقُ. You see that? I have to probably copy and paste somewhere to show you. Copy and open Word.
Mayamino.
Let's see. It's not that great. So okay, how do I do this? Let's try this one. Can you guys see this one better?
Yeah, ما تنفق.
Let's see if I can make it bigger. Zoom in. Zoom in. Okay, can you guys read it now?
Yeah.
ورجل تصدق بصدقة فأخفاها حتى
لا
لا
تعلم.
تعلم. Now, what is ta'lama? He doesn't know.
طفل.
Shimaluhu ma tanfiku. That his right hand doesn't know what the left is the sadaqah. Okay. Inshallah, you can. But you got the idea what I'm trying to say here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So where did he go? I think we did we close it or what? I think we closed it by mistake. I would have to go like this. Where were we? I think we were right here. No, we were pretty much. Yes, right here. So if I continue. Okay.
Brother Abid.
Yes, sir.
So the hadith that you mentioned about the right hand not knowing about what you gave, and so that the left hand doesn't know it. So in reality, in the actual meaning, right? So what does it mean? Because most of the times when we do any charity, we know how much we are doing. At least we know that, right? So
Yes.
what is the real? I mean, how do we comprehend what is actually told there? Because if you say the right hand doesn't know what the left hand does, so what is it? What is it actually trying to convey to us?
Yes. So the message it conveys this one. In the Quran, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala encourages people to do charity openly. And that is done when we have a situation like we are having a public event and you are doing the charity openly so that other people get motivated. So it's perfectly allowed to do that. Then Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala also says that you do it sirran, meaning in a hidden way, so that only you know what you did and nobody else knows, and that is better for you. That's one of the nearest meaning. And please correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody remember the verse I'm talking about. Then from the hadith, we also come to know, how every act has a physical act, like you do something physically, but then there is also a spiritual act, meaning that you do charity in such a way that you're not keeping any count technically, and you're not making any note of things that how much I gave. You just give whatever in your hand, and that's so your taqwa is so high that you don't even want to know how much I'm giving, so that you don't feel that, oh, I'm such a generous person. That's one of the meanings you can take. Technically, that hadith is saying that a person of that caliber, that who do sadaqah in such a way that he himself doesn't know what he's giving out, he will be under the shade of the throne of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Is that some help?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Is anybody else wants to comment? Please go ahead and you can add.
No, you have clarified. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, that is the meaning of it.
Yeah.
No, Brother Abid.
Yes.
Sorry to kind of interrupt here. When you are giving something, you know it because you are giving it. So, like these days, we are doing things on the internet. We are doing things in masjid is totally different. You just give whatever you give. But when you're doing it online, then really you know it, and you remember it because, say, you have used your credit card and you see it there. So I don't know if what's the long-term impact of that. What is the best way to donate?
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing is you donate it and you just between you and the person you're donating, nobody third person knows.
Yes, I think that's also
another meaning of that one, that you don't boast that I give it to this person this much and this much. And some people say, oh, I donated 25,000 to masjid and I have some say in the.
No,
in the
I absolutely understand that. Yeah, but means
so technically
there is a flexibility.
Yes,
because I have seen people, in back in Saudi, the people used to, somebody comes and they just take out from the pocket and just give. They don't even see what is there in their pocket. They are giving, and that's what the brother Abid explained, that you don't
talking about. But what brother Abdul is saying, that technically nowadays, yes, it is a shortcoming that we already know what we are. Needing.
But Allah
knows what's in your heart.
Accept it.
You know that this charity you're doing, you're trying to be as secret as possible, right? So, okay, one second.
I guess, brother Abed, I will just add a few words, that when you are giving charity, you are giving, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows, and don't give it for riyah. Don't tell to everyone that you have given this, and not for show off.
Okay, yes, that's right. So technically, our discussion at the moment is about the word tasaddaqa, right? So we got an example from the hadith, and I pointed out because I not find any reference in the Quran for this. So I just wanted to make sure that where this word is coming from, or why I have this sentence is right here. But in a nutshell, if a person is under the shade of the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and is one of the 7 characteristics, one of the 7, so that means that the charity, whichever way we do, but if the sincerity is there and your only intention is to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then Allah knows what's in your heart, right? So technically today, we know that whatever we give is online, so we know already what we give. But as Brother Khalid said, there used to be a time when somebody will come and ask, and a person will put the hand in their pocket, they will take out something, not even look at it, and give it to them in a secret way so that nobody else looks at it. Even today in the masjid, you will see that 2 people are shaking hands. But if you pay attention, one of them is giving money to the other as a charity for somebody else. That could be an example of this.
Yeah,
right? Okay, good. So we don't want to dwell on this. The important thing is, where is this word tasaddaqa coming from? And that is our discussion today. Okay, let's take a look. Noon, zal, lam. Tanazzala, yatanazzalu, tanazzulan, meaning nazil hona. Okay, nazil hona. So there is a difference between nazil karna or hona. Remember nazil karna?
Yeah.
When you say came down, something came down, the second, there is a maf'ul. But nazil hona, himself. Yes?
Yeah.
Something came itself. Okay. So tatanazzalu alayhimul malaika. Okay. Tatanazzalu alayhimul malaika. And if I show you the Quranic ayahs, it will be, so that means I'll read it to you from Fussilat. So Brother Ijaz, finally the Surah Fussilat, it came here. So look at this word. Tatanazzalu alayhimul malaika. So they have taken only a part of the verse. Tatanazzalu means will descend on them. Who? The angels. Now if you ask upon who these people will, or these angels will come, then we have to read the whole verse. Innal lazina qalu rabbuna Allahu. Indeed, those who say our Lord is Allah, summa istaqamu, then they stood firm on it. Then what will happen to these kind of people? Upon them will descend the malaika. And what else will happen to them? Allah takhafu, do not fear, wala tahzanu, and they do not grieve, wa abshiru bil jannah, and they will receive the glad tidings of the paradise, which kuntum tu'adun, which you were promised. So do we want to be among these people?
Inshallah.
Because we are saying, and what is the condition? Once you said La ilaha illallah, then you stay firm on it. You stood your ground and you did not change your position. Summa istaqamu. So this one little sentence can be explained there can be books written about it, the whole thing. What is the meaning of istaqamu, right? So if we go and start discussing just the meaning, we will miss the spiritual meaning out of this. But in a nutshell, you understand that once you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you stay firm on it. And if you do that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that the angels come to, and they will tell them, there is no fear and no grief for you, and we give you the glad tidings of Jannah, right? So inshallah, when you read this document next time, I have given this, these links in there, then you can click on it and you can land on that verse. So in those sigas of imperfect tense, in which two ta comes together, for example, tatanazzalu, here the first ta is the alamat mudari for second person. Agree?
Yeah.
So when that happens, it is allowed to drop one ta. So if you see tanazzalu, it is basically the same thing as tatanazzalu. Is that making sense?
Yes.
So if you want, in the Quran, you will find both examples. You saw this one already, and in Suratul Qadr, we also have the different version. Tanazzalul malaikatu warruhu fiha biizni rabbihim min kulli amr. So over here, the ta is dropped, but technically this is also tatanazzalu. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So what did I say?
But the meaning is different, isn't it? On the first one says the angels will come to them, but here is the angels are descending themselves. Tanazzalul malaikatu, angels are descending themselves, but on that one, angels are descending on somebody else.
No. The tatanazzalul malaikatu, meaning the angel will come down. Yes.
Yeah.
But alayhim is additional detail upon them.
Okay, yeah. Yes. Sorry, I understood. Yeah.
Right?
Alayhim,
because
yeah.
Tanazzalul malaika, and if you omit alayhim, then the angels will come down.
Yeah.
Waruhu, which is reference to Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salam.
Yeah.
In that night, biizni rabbihim, with the permission of their Lord, min kulli amr, for all the affairs. Yes.
Yeah.
So you can also read that. So this tatanazzalu malaika and this tanazzalu malaika is identical. One of the ta is dropped. So that, remember when earlier Sister Unaiza was trying to do the mudare, the tongue was stuttering because of the two tas right next to each other. It was hard to say those lot of words with the tata. You see my point here? Okay. So khabata, takhabbata, yatakhabbatu, takhabbutan, tukhabbutan. Pavla kar dena, to make somebody mad, somebody crazy. Yeah. Now in the Quran, this word is used to explain the condition of the people who take interest. Yes. Allazina ya'kuluna riba. What is the meaning of allazina ya'kuluna riba?
Those who take the riba. Or who eats the riba.
Who consume.
Who consume.
Yes, because the literal meaning of yakuluna is to eat, but we don't eat it. It means consume, or the people who take riba. Riba means the interest. La yakumuna illa kama yakumul ladhi yatakhabbatuhu shaytanu minal mas. But on the day of Qiyamah, they will be standing not normally, but in a form like some crazy person, like some shaitan has touched them. So if you look at the actual verse,
what's Baula mean?
Baula mean crazy. Somebody gone mad. Okay. Have you seen a crazy person in your life physically?
Yes.
Or somebody with Down syndrome, or somebody with autism?
Yeah. So maybe we can say probably insane, right? Rather than
okay. Insane, let's see what is the so Allazina, those who consume riba, the usury not, they can stand, illa, like stands the one who confounds him, the shaitan. Like they have under the influence of shaitan.
Influence, yes.
Over here, sometimes they use the word is insanity. So those who consume interest cannot stand on the day of resurrection except as one stands who is being beaten by Satan into insanity. Yani Babla, Abbas, Hawas Bakhta.
Hawas Bakhta.
Hawas Bakhta. यानी वो घबराया हुआ परेशान होगा, वो एक जगह टिक के खड़ा नहीं होगा, वो परेशान होगा. जब आप परेशान होते हैं तो वो लगता है इंसान थोड़ा सा हवास बाख्ता हो गया, right? Okay. So anyway, did you get the gist of the meaning or not yet?
Yes.
So ain khara ta'akhkhara
Yata'akhkharu.
ta'akhkharan
To delay.
करना. Okay. इसमें जो लफ्ज है उसको मैं बताता हूँ आपको. उसका है मीनिंग वमन तअख्खरा फला इस्मा अलैहि. ये हज के बारे में है कि जब आप मिना में होते हैं तो जो जल्दी जाना चाहता है यानी 2 दिन के बाद जाना चाहता है तो उसके ऊपर भी कोई गुनाह नहीं है, और जो थोड़ा देर करके जाना चाहता है यानी 5 दिन रहना चाहता है, 3 दिन रहना चाहता है तो उसके ऊपर भी कोई गुनाह नहीं. Is that clear?
Yes. Can you say that in English, brother?
So then whoever delays, then the fala, then so there is no ism, sin alayhi.
There is no sin
on him. Okay, so if I show you that the Suratul Baqarah is juz number 2 is about the Hajj. So inshallah, when I share this document, you have these links, and I would like you to please look at them. So wazkurullaha fi ayyamim madudat, and remember Allah during days number, meaning the days of Hajj. Faman ta'ajjala, ta'ajjala mean who hurries up, who wants to go. Fi yawmini, in 2 days. Fala isma alay, there is no sin upon him. Waman ta'akhkhara fala isma alay, so then whoever delays, then no sin upon them as well. Is that yes?
Yes, understand the meaning but not the concept, because I don't know.
The concept is the Hajj is only the Yom Arafah, and then you stay for Eid. But if you don't want to stay another 3 days in the Mina, you can still get out of that one and do the sacrifice. But if you want to
stay for a couple of days or longer, it's up to them.
No, or longer is 5 days. If you want to stay for 5 days, it's fine too. That's what.
Yeah. So Sister Homa, when I went for Hajj, we have guides with us. They guide you. So there were people who are doing for the 3rd or 2nd time Hajj. So we saw that they left Mina after they came back from Arafat in 2 days, and we were there till for the 5 days, because the scholar said that it's sunnah to stay 5 days, but it is allowed for you to leave even after 2 days. If you leave after 2 days, there is no sin on you, but it's better if you stay longer. So people who wanted to stay longer, they stayed for 5 days, and the people who wanted to leave after 2 days, they left, right? For me, it was the first Hajj. So I said, why not take the advantage of the sunnah and stay as long as possible? Yeah.
Yeah, there is another meaning to that one too. So because if you on the 13th, if on the 12th, if you don't get out before the sunset from the Mina, then you have to stay.
You have to stay. Yes.
Another 1 day. So you have to get out on 13th. Yeah.
I didn't know about that part. So from the Jim, seen, we have tajassasa, yatajassasu, tajassu, sun, tajassus karna, spy on somebody, or you are worried about, like you want to know what other people are doing, right? So la yatajassasul mu'minun. Since we are running out of time, I think I'm going to speed up a little bit. This is the last slide. We need to take our break, and inshallah we'll come back. So tawakkal, yatawakkalu, tawakkulan. इसका मतलब होता है तवक्कुल करना. What is meaning of tawakkul in English?
Content.
To put your trust.
To be content.
So wa ala rabbihim yatawakkalun. That upon their Lord
अल्लाह के ऊपर भरोसा करना.
they trust in. Allah पे
Trust
भरोसा करते हैं, Allah पे तवक्कल करते हैं. Okay. Ta wow ta wow ain.
تطوع
تطوع يتطوع
يتطوع.
Okay.
تطوعا
Tatawwa'an, right? खुशी से नेकी करना. Happily doing a good deed. Okay. So the example was
ومن
وَمَنْ
تطوع خيرا.
تَطَوَّعَ خَيْرًا فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ شَاكِرٌ أَلِيمٌ. Okay, so if you want to look at it, we can quickly look. This will probably be the last example. Okay, Surah Al-Baqarah. What was 158? So we go to 158. Okay. 158. So here, tatawwa'a khayran, voluntarily does good, then indeed Allah is all appreciative, all knowing. Shakirun is all appreciative, alimun is all knowing. Is that good enough?
Yep.
Yes.
So one thing comes to mind, Brother Abid, on
Yes.
that one, that moment because if you leave on the second day, you still have to do the dam for 3 days. So it's not is free of sin because you have to do dam. But if you go 12, if you don't get out of 12 and you want to stay up to 13, then you don't have to do dam. So that's maybe we can look into tafsir and the kasir.
Well, inshallah, if you have some information, you can share with everyone, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Right?
Inshallah.
So right now the time is 11:12. So before we sign off, the what we have learned today is family number 5. And the family number 5, the main characteristics is a reflexive of family number 2, which was taf'ilun. And then we learned that the action is applying to the doer itself. Yes, it's not applying to somebody else, it's applying to the doer itself. And we looked at a lot of words, and I'm sure that most of these words were familiar. We were familiar, but now we know the better meaning of them. Agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there were plenty of examples from the Quran, and we all got to ponder and think about it. So alhamdulillah, and almost pretty much we got through the whole slide. But inshallah, through the review, we will start to make sense, inshallah. So let's break for now. And
sorry, Brother Robert, I don't know if it's okay with others. We can continue and finish earlier for today. Otherwise, I would leave at 11:45.
It's up to you guys. I can continue. I have no problem. But if somebody wants a break, then we can break for 5 minutes.
Yeah, we can go for break, have some coffee and come back.
Okay, so how about 10 minutes? So at 11:25 or 11:23?
Inshallah.
Inshallah, 11:23. So don't leave the meeting. Just mute yourself and come back, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, so in the second part, we have been behind on this, the analysis of Surah Al-Mulk as we started. And today we can look at verse number 5. Is everybody back yet? Brother Ijaz, Brother Khalid? Looks like, okay, everybody.
Yes, most of us are back.
Okay. All right. So we are going to continue with our Surah Al-Mulk analysis. Okay. So, A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا الدُّنْيَا بِمَصَابِيحَ وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ وَأَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابَ السَّعِيرِ. The meaning is, وَلَقَدْ, and certainly, زَيَّنَّا, we have beautified as-sama ad-dunya, the heaven, the nearest. Over here, the meaning of dunya means the nearest. Bimasabiha, with lamps. Now, on the sky in our dunya, what do we see? What are the meaning of lamps?
Stars.
The stars.
Moon, stars.
Stars. And waja'alnaha. So these stars, or the thing which on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made, we have made them rujuman, rujumal, as missiles. For who? For the devils, the shayateen. وَآتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابَ السَّعِيرِ, and we have prepared for them the punishment of the blaze. And we have certainly beautified the nearest heaven with the stars, and have made from them what is thrown at the devils, and have prepared for them the punishment of the blaze. और हमने करीब के आसमान को तारों के चरागों से जीनत दी, और इनको शैतान के मारने का आला बनाया, और उनके लिए दहकती आग का अजाब तैयार कर रखा है. Are we clear on this so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Abid, here there is a very information, great information about the missile. The scientists have developed missile right now, whereas in Quran it is mentioned 1400 years ago.
Yes, that's right. But let's look at the tafsir.
This missile is different. It's not for that missile, the one.
Okay, so let's look at the tafsir, and inshallah that will clarify some of the stuff. So we are basically on the, if you look at the heading, glorification of Allah, and mentioning the creation of death, life, the heavens and the stars. That's the heading. But we are on this verse right now. This one. وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا بِمَصَابِيحَ. So, and indeed, we have adorned the nearest heaven with lamps. This refers to the stars which have been placed in the heavens, some moving and some stationary.
Stationary.
Right? And in Allah's statement, وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ, and we have made them as missiles to drive away shayateen. The pronoun them in this statement, in his statement, and we have made them, is the same type of statement as the stars being referred to as lamps. Because we know that stars are not lamps, but they are being given example of lamps. This does not mean that they are actually
missiles.
Because the stars in the sky are not thrown. Rather, it is the meteors beneath them that are thrown, and they are taken from the stars. And Allah knows best. So you see, that clarifies the point. Now, what is little background here, or what else we know about this? We know that the jinn, they had access to the skies, and they could understand, or they can have conversation with the angels as well. Okay. In Surah Al-Jinn, you will have more information about this. That they said prior to the coming of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they were able to go and spy in the sky and can pick up some information from the ghaib, from the angels. They can steal that information. But when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was supposed to come to this dunya, there was a special security management in the skies. And they, whenever they try to seek or spy, this meteor will follow them, which if you see like a shooting star, but that was like a tool for hitting these shayateen from stealing the information. Allah knows best. And I'm sure you know this. What I'm saying is, this is not new information, but you must have heard it in many times in halakas and tafasir.
Yes, yes, okay. Yes. And it's still, it's still those things happening because the jinns has got, the fortune tellers, and this one, there are some other, they get information from the jinns. And that's why there's a meteor star is still happening. It starts shooting stars. So
we call it Shihabun Saqib, right? Yeah, the shooting star is known as Shihabun Saqib. Okay, so now let's read a little bit more so that we get more information. So concerning Allah's statement, وَأَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابَ السَّعِيرِ, and we have prepared for them the torment of the blazing fire. Means we have made this disgrace for the devils in this life, and we have prepared for them the torment of blazing fire in the hereafter. This is as Allah said in the beginning of Surah As-Saffat. There's another verse which is talking about the same concept, and it means, verily we have adorned the near heaven with the stars for beauty. Zayyanna kya hota hai? To beautify.
Beautify, yeah.
Zinat, right? And to guard against every rebellious devil. Okay, they cannot listen to the higher group angels, for they are pelted from every side. Outcast, and theirs is a constant or painful torment, except such as snatch away something by stealing, and they are pursued by a flaming fire of piercing brightness. Shahabu Saqib. Qatada said these stars were only created for 3 purposes. Allah created them as adornment for the sky, and as missiles for the devils, and as a signs of navigation. Agree?
Yeah.
Therefore, whoever seeks to interpret any other meaning for them other than these, then verily he has spoken with his own opinion. He has lost his portion and burdened himself with that which has no knowledge of. Ibn Jarir and Ibn Abi Hatim both recorded the statement. Okay, so you can read, maybe we can read one more paragraph and then we'll continue. And for those who disbelieve in their Lord is the torment of hell, and worst indeed is that destination. When they are cast therein, they will hear it shahiq while it is simmering. It almost bursts up with fury. Every time a group is cast therein, its keepers will ask, did not warner come to you? They will say, yes, indeed, a warner did come to us, but we rejected him and said, Allah never sent down anything, you're only in great error. And they will say, had we but listened or used our intelligence, we would not have been among the dwellers of blazing fire. Then they will confess their sin, so away with the dwellers of the blazing fire. So this is also from the Quran, I believe. So this is Surah Al-Mulk, isn't it? Yeah, this is
Surah Al-Mulk. Yeah.
So this is from Surah Al-Mulk. Although these are the next sentence, I started reading the next word, which I shouldn't have done that, but it's okay. So now going back to the grammatical analysis, we have walaqad. Now, when we did our first verb course, did we come across laqad?
Yes.
What was laqad?
And verily, and indeed.
Certainly. It's for emphasis.
Certainly.
Yeah? Yes, certainly, right?
Yes.
It is for tawqeed.
Yeah.
What you mean to emphasize. Walaqad zayyanna sama. Now, zayyanna is a verb. Yes? We adorned. We have adorned, or we have beautified. So is zayyana past tense or future tense? Zayyana.
Is the current? Yeah.
One at a time.
Past.
Because we have beautified. The moment we see beautified, it is past. Plus, is there any alamat mudare? Is there ta, ya, alif, anything? No. So zayyana. Now the next thing we look at zayyana, we have 14 variations. Yes. So this is variation number. What number is it?
1. Oh no, zayyana is the 14.
13.
14, right?
14, yeah.
13 or 14, yes. You can say 13.
13 is I, the verb is because of na, we. So
Yeah, na.
14.
Yeah.
Right.
14.
So
You're right.
zayyana, the pronoun is nahnu. Yes.
Yeah.
So the zayyana has the verb and has the file with it. Yes. So zayyana in itself is a small verbal sentence, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what other information we get from a verbal sentence? We said we have beautified. Now you would say what?
Yeah.
You would say as-sama. Yes. As-sama. We have beautified the sama. Now what is the quality of that sama? Nearest heaven.
Yeah.
Yes. So can I say sama is the mawsuf and the dunya is the sifa?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Murakkab tawsifi. Yes. So as-sama ad-dunya. So the heaven, the nearest heaven. So that becomes the maf'ul bihi. That's the object. Everybody agree on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So in a verbal sentence, we have a verb, we have a file, we have a maf'ul bihi, but we could also have a mutalliq. Can we have a mutalliq?
Yeah.
Mutalliq is actually a jar majroor. So bi masa bi ha with lams. The letter ba is harf jara, and masa bi ha is the noun with lams. That is mutalliq. Mutalliq for what? Zayyana. Mutalliq the fail. So what is the fail? Beautified.
Beautified.
What did we beautify? The nearest sky or the sama. And what did we beautify with? The lamps. With the stars. Yeah. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everybody else? Brother Ijaz? Brother Khurram?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, brother.
So,
I was muted. I said twice.
No worries.
Yes.
Okay. So what we need to focus on, because if you still have difficulty understanding this, maybe you should start reading this thing right here. So what is zayyana? Zayyana is the first person plural. And the way you know it, I have this tool here, and you know how to use it by now. So you will click on zayyana. Yes. So when you click on zayyana, you get to know the family. What is the family here? Taf'ilun. Are we familiar with taf'ilun by now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sabbaha yusabbihu. So the root letters are zal, zai, ya, noon. Zayyana. What is the meaning of mad? Past tense.
Zayyana.
Plural.
Yeah.
Muzakkar mean male.
Male.
Yeah. And first person mean first person. So the meaning nahnu here, the inside pronoun is
nahnu.
So zayyana, yuzayyinu, zayyin, muzayyinun, muzayyanun, tazyinun.
Tazyinun.
Beautified. Muzayyan पढ़ा है आपने उर्दू में?
मुज़य्यन रास्ता करना.
बड़े कमों से मुज़य्यन थे.
Yes. So if I go ahead and change for a quick second the translation to Urdu, it will be arasta karna ya araish karna hoga. Humne arasta kiya, right? Okay. So that is that, and let's look at the next word, which was, let's see if we go back. We looked at zayyana. As-sama. As-sama is from seen, meme, wow. Yeah. And as-sama. is from Bab Nasara. Da'a yad'u. So you understand the nearest heaven. Okay. All right. So let's go back here for a second. So as-sama is ismi mansoob. Why is it ismi mansoob? Can somebody tell me why is it ismi mansoob? Any volunteers?
Because it's related to dunya.
No. Sama is a noun. Yes. When I say mansoob, what is the meaning of by saying mansoob?
Is a
ताल्लुक होना
No, mansoob वो तो हम उसे उसमें ले जा रहे हैं ना उर्दू में. लेकिन if some noun is in the status of nasab, we call it.
Oh yes.
Maf'ul bih.
No. There is no maf'ul bihi, nothing here. All I'm saying is sama is a noun. Agree?
Yes.
And when we talk about the statuses, are we talking about nouns or verbs?
Status nouns.
Which is noun.
Nouns. Status are.
How many statuses we have? 3.
4.
Rafa, sab,
and jar.
right? When something is in the status of Rafa, we call it marfu.
Marfu. Yes.
Something in the status of nasab, we call it mansoob. So as-sama, there is al here. Yes?
Yes.
So it is a proper noun. It's the sky, not any sky, the sky, because there is only one sky. The heavens, right? So when we have the al, there is haruf-e shamsi and haruf-e kamari. Agree?
And it will be so
al, when you say al-kamar, you pronounce the al. But when you say as-sama, you don't pronounce the al. You say as-sama. Yes? And because of this, if there was sama by itself, if there was no al, it will be sama, sama an, sama. Yes, the 3 status will be sama un, sama an, sama in. When you put al, 1 tanween drops, so it becomes as-sama u, as-sama a, as-sama e. Agree? So why is it mansoob? Because it's in the status of nasab. Is that making sense?
Yes. But earlier you said that sama is daraba, but it's a noun. How can we put it?
Okay, let's go back here. So remember that we said all the words in Arabic, both verbs and nouns, they're made up of 3 root
letters.
Remember that part?
Yes.
Okay. So as-sama is not a verb, it's the noun. Yes. Also, few lessons back, I took you and I explained to you that how there are words which come out of something. Yes. Remember the masdar, the mashtaq, and the jamid, right? Because all these words are from Arabic. So some of them are nouns, and we know that as soon as you see al, that is a big indication that it is a noun. Agree?
Yes.
If you see tanween, that is another indication that it is a noun. Yeah? Okay. So inshallah, this is what I wanted to tell. And it says accusative, feminine. Yes? And why is feminine?
One question here. Why we don't call it as-sama'ud dunya and as-sama'ud dunya? What's the why we put it in mansoob?
Okay, so you're saying that why it is because of the laqad, it goes into the status of nasab, I believe. Remember? Similar logic we use here. That because of the laqad, it went into the status of nasab. And since this is a like the sama ad-dunya is basically the sifa mawsuf, and they follow each other in all 4 patterns, right? They will follow the gender, number, status, and what else? Status. So sama is nasab, dunya is nasab. Sama is plural, dunya is plural, but they use it as one word, right? We don't say skies. We say in English we say, but the heavens we also say that. But sama is already jama. Okay. Masabiha is a genitive masculine plural noun. So masabiha, the letter ba here is the harf-e jar. Yes. So masabiha is separate and the letter ba is separate. Okay. So is that a verbal sentence, by the way?
Yes.
Is that a verbal
Yes.
sentence?
Zayyana.
Yes.
Yeah,
Why do we have to
beautified. Yeah, there's
there
a
is a
word.
file, there is a maful, there is a mutalliq, and it is starting with laqad. Laqad is madi when you are trying to create emphasis. Yes. Okay. So next one. So we have, or we did that. So first thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that we beautified the nearest sky with the lamps. And then what else we did? Any questions? وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ. Now, if I switch over to my camera, do you guys remember the word jeen?
Yeah, ja'ala, ja'ala.
Ja'ala. Yes?
Ja'ala, ja'ala, ja'alu.
Okay. So this is siga number 1, correct?
Yeah.
What will be ja'alna?
It's siga number 14.
Siga number 14.
What is the pronoun here?
Nahnu, nahnu.
No.
Yes. Right. So wa ja'alnaha, when you write it separately, it is wa, which is harf ataf.
Yeah.
And the meaning is and. Ja'alna, we
made, or them.
And ha, it.
For the stars.
Okay. What is ha? Is the pronoun, right?
Pronoun, yes.
So can you start to see this? Like I write it down for a reason so that you can see the next time when you look at waja'alnaha, you look at as 3 different things. Waw separate, ja'alna separate, and ha separate.
Ha separate, yeah.
Ha means them.
It
here is for stars.
The stars, because it's plural, so they're saying them. They're saying ha as a feminine because stars, feminine. Now, when we have the ja'ala, is that the verb?
Yes.
Yes.
Who's the doer?
Doer is Allah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah, but nahnu, right?
Yeah.
We.
Yeah.
So in this ja'alnaha, there are 3 things: verb, file, and maf'ul, all in this small sentence right here.
Yes.
This ja'alnaha is a small verbal sentence.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So the first maf'ul bihi is inside this one, ha.
Yeah.
What is the second maf'ul bihi? Why did we made them? What did we made them? As
Rujumal.
For who? Lish shayateen. Shaitan singular, shayateen
Plural.
Now, is shayateen status of nasab or jar?
Jar.
Jar.
Why is it in status of jar?
Because of harf jara.
Because of harf jara.
Yeah.
So when you have harf jara, when you have jar majroor, that means it's mutalliq. Is mutalliq what? Ruju man. And that becomes maf'ul bihi, second for ja'alnaha. Is that making sense?
Mutaddi dar mutaddi.
Yes. So what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and there is a ataf here. See, this wow is a, what was the first sentence? Zayyanna.
Yeah.
We beautified the first nearest heaven with lamps. And what else we did? We made them as missiles for the devils. Yes?
Yeah.
What was the third sentence? Is this this is also a verbal sentence?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now look at the continuation. Do we also have wa here? Wa atadna?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Is atadna also siga number 14?
14.
Yes.
Okay. So it is, what is the file here? What is the
Nahnu.
Yes. It's also fi'l-madi, correct?
Yes.
So look over here. Wa'atadna, and we have prepared. For who? For them. Lahum. This time the mutalliq came before the maf'ul bihi.
Yeah.
Remember, the order can change, right? So lahum is jar majroor. Why is it lahum jar majroor?
La. Because of the la.
Lamun jara. Yes. Is azab as-sa'ir is punishment of the blaze. The moment you see,
yes.
what does that mean?
Mudaf, mudaf ilayh.
Mudaf, mudafun ilayh. The punishment of the blaze, meaning the punishment of the fire. So anytime there is a relationship or ownership, then we know that that's mudaf, mudafun ilayh. So is that become maful bihi for atadna?
Yes.
Yes. Because we said we have prepared.
Yeah.
What did we prepare? Azab
Azab
as-sa'ir.
as-sa'ir.
Yes. That is the maful bihi. But now additional information for who we did prepare lahum for them. Yes. For them who? The shayateen in the previous verse.
Yeah.
Is that, are you guys able to comprehend this thing? Like what's going on?
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Sisters?
Yes.
So far so good.
Sister Homa, is she still there? I think she's gone. Okay, Sister Onaiza, are you with us on this?
Yes, yes, I am.
All right.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So I know that this might be difficult to grasp when we are talking like this, but have any one of you has taken this task on your own and maybe tried it using these tools?
Yeah, I did.
How many people have tried it?
Me too.
Me too.
Okay, so what is, if I ask this question, what is stopping other students not to try this? Lack of time, or you plan it and then somehow you don't get a chance to do it? What is one thing stopping you from using these tools?
Time.
Time.
No, just being lazy, sorry, but
Being
that's
lazy.
the truth, yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay, but then we have to go back to our last lecture. We spent a good 10-15 minutes last session talking about reviving our effort, intention, and the, why are we doing this?
Yes.
So if see the thing is, this time is investment in our own self. Yes. So we are smart people. In a normal day, would you like to waste time where you are wasting money? No. Right? So why can't we tell ourselves or convince ourselves that, and I'm telling you, only 5 minutes. Can you give 5 minutes to me? Can you, on my request, can you give me 5 minutes on these tools? Only
Yes.
5 minutes.
Why not?
Yeah.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Right. So let's look at this. Ja'alnaha. Okay, so you will see Ja'alnaha from Baab Fataha. Ja'ala, Yaj'alu, Ij'al, Ja'ilun, Maj'ulun, Ja'alun, right? And what else we have looked at? We have looked at Zayyana, we looked at As-sama, Ja'alna, Atadna. Let's look at Atadna. From Ain, Ta, Dal. Is from Baab, If'alu. Are we familiar with Baab, If'alu now?
Yeah.
Yes.
We know that. Aslama, Yuslimu. Atada, Yu'tidu. A'tid, Mu'tidun, Mu'tadun, I'tadan. Yes. And we have prepared. I'm sure you have seen this word A'tada many times in the Quran.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me show you one more thing which you have, if you have forgotten. Let's look at this. All right, where is it? Okay, come on. Okay, this one. So this link, and for record, I'm going to send it in the chat so that you cannot tell me that you did not see it. Okay, so look at here. What are we looking for? The root words are ain, ta, and dal. Yeah. So if you want to look at this one, so you go to ain. Is the first one ain?
Yes.
Okay, you click on ain, and then you click on this link here, and you're looking for ain
and ta
and dal. Isn't that what we're looking for?
Yeah.
Then I click on OK or go, and look what happened. Everywhere in the Quran, this word has come. It is all listed over here, or some of it, not maybe all, but it is being recorded for you right here. So we have prepared ulaika tadna atadna lahum azaban alima wa atadna lil kafirina azaban muhina wa ulaika humul kafiruna haqqa wa atadna lil kafirina azaban muhina. So how many times this word has been used in the Quran? You see that?
Yeah.
There is another meaning of it, atid. Okay, there is another word, atid. Atid means ready. Okay, we have prepared atadna. Inna atadna lil kafirina salasila wa aghlalan wa sa'ira. See that? So anytime Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked about mostly about punishment, he used the word atadna. Now, would you find this information useful?
Yeah, we went through last week, remember?
Yeah, but I'm repeating for the benefit of other people.
Yeah.
So that if you have forgotten, and again, a few minutes spent on these tools can benefit you first.
Inshallah.
Doesn't matter if benefit other or not, but it will benefit you, right?
Yeah.
And if you have, when you are sitting down, maybe watching TV or doing something else and you get bored, maybe you can start clicking on some of these links here. For example, this Quranic grammar. Okay. So if you go here, look, you want to know about maybe one thing at a time. Maybe you are weak on gender or adjectives or, possessive. We just talked about mudaf, mudafun ilayh. Maybe you wanted to brush up your knowledge. You just click here and you will get some information and with some examples. Yeah. Right. So please, I cannot stress enough that how much it is important to spend some time on your own self. So verb forms, again, you can look at some of these things, form 1, form 2, form 3, okay? And when you read the same concept from different sources, your ability to absorb is also better. Agree on that?
Yeah.
Right? When you look at the same thing in multiple ways, you will get to understand more. So what we have learned so far, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that when we have adorned or beautified the nearest heaven with lamps, and have made them as missiles for the devils. And for them, we have created or we have prepared the azab of blazing fire. Right? So this is the verse. And in the nutshell, when we looked at the tafsir, it's not only that the shayateen by default get the punishment, only the rebellion one, the one who are basically breaking the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You understand?
Yeah.
So this can apply to us as well. And Allah said in the Quran that people who will not follow my command, they will go to hellfire. Yes. But this is more for the shayateen. But in the nutshell, we should take it the meaning that because rather it is over here, I think we read somewhere, we have made this disgrace for the devils in this life, and we have it in the hereafter, because they are trying to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They're trying to transgress. Yeah. Any questions so far?
No, alhamdulillah.
No.
Okay, so it is. I don't want to, stress or give you stress, but I'm gonna make a humble request. We are all in it like a team, right? So we gotta spend some time. Like when I started asking questions, I felt a big silence, probably because you didn't get a chance to review. But if you don't review, then what will happen? Tell me.
We'll forget.
You're trying to forget.
Right. So
then this will be a wastage of time.
So what else I can do to help you? Or what else I can do to convince you that we are not doing this for you or me and myself or yourself. You are doing it for your own benefit, correct? So if we are spending time in this, we are making all these sacrifices. then why not take it to the level that at least we are happy with our own selves?
Inshallah.
Yes,
Yes.
inshallah. Yes,
Right?
inshallah.
So please, I don't want to sound like a criticizing person, but I'm saying that we need to do this as a team.
Reminder. You're reminding.
The reminder, and as actually it is a not only a reminder, it's an appeal. Basically, I'm appealing to you that please, I see a lot of value in all of you and all of this time you're spending. Just take up a little, one notch, maybe 5-10 minutes a day or every other day, just clicking on these links and looking at these things. Can I rely on you guys? Can I count on you guys?
Inshallah.
Yes, inshallah.
Okay, Jazakallah khairan for your time. And
Brother Abid, I just want to say something. You're not criticizing,
please,
and
please
actually,
go ahead.
whenever you are reminding or saying this, I think it's actually, if we are sort of down or low on this or not able to do it, it just gives more energy and more motivation to do it. So it's very good to remind it all the time.
No problem. But at the same time, I don't want to.
We have to obviously, no, nobody, I don't think so. All of us who are here will be offended with you, because that's the reason why we are here, is to understand and learn and be able to understand Quran better. Otherwise, why would we be here for 2 hours?
Yes, I understood. That's why I'm saying that. So the commitment is there, the dedication is there. But if you are not able to see after a job, if you work 8 hours and you don't get paid, do you feel good about that?
Of course.
Yeah.
So we need to pick the fruit also, right? We are planting these trees, we are putting, the trees are giving fruit, but we're not picking the fruit. That is where I'm feeling hurt. That why my team's working so hard, so dedicated, but they're not able to pick the fruit. Or at least,
inshallah, we won't disappoint you.
Inshallah. Okay, Jazakallah. Assalamu
Alaikum
alaikum.
Jazakallah. Subhanallah, bihamdi, subhanakallah.
Amin.